Hey, this is Jeff Lichtenstein. You're watching JeffTV. So for those of you who've lived in a cave the last 10 years and have never watched the show 24, 24 is about Special Agent Jack Bauer, and Jack Bauer has 24 hours in the show to solve a problem, and it's usually there's a bomb on the bus or the president's being assassinated, and Jack Bauer always says, I need to solve it now in order to prevent disaster. Well, in a sales contract, there's usually a 24 or 72-hour period that you have if you don't do things correctly where a buyer can get out of a contract. And there's a trio of different things that you want to do right so you don't have a contract blow up. First is these homeowner documents, and you almost need Arnold Schwarzenegger to lift them up, and nobody ever reads them. It basically says that you can't have a blue and red polka dotted door on the homeowner's disclosure in your development, and nobody ever reads them. For a condo, though, you have to provide these documents right away. If you don't, there's a 3-day period after which they're provided, which the buyer can get out of a contract. Now, for a home, they don't have that same 72-hour period that they do in a condo. And depending on there could be a 72-hour period depending on this crazy form. Now, this is a homeowner's association disclosure. You don't have to, in the homeowners association disclosure, a seller should not have a buyer initial at the top brackets of the form. It reads if to be made part of the contract. And you kind of need Bill Clinton almost to give you the definition of if. And it says if the disclosure summary required has not been provided to the purchaser before executing the contract of the sale, then they have 3 days after receipt of the disclosure summary to cancel the contract. So a buyer typically says, well, I'm not going to sign that because I want to read the disclosure. So when you take the listing, when I take the listing here, you've got to give me these forms, this homeowner's disclosure, so I can give these to the buyer's agent so we can avoid getting this signed, meaning that they have another 72 hours to get out of the contract, because then they want their initials at the top so they can read over the documents. The other part of this is a seller's real property disclosure. A seller's real property disclosure does not have to be filled out in Florida, but 80 to 90% of the agents out there believe it does, and there's usually a closing coordinator who's in each of these real estate offices, and they want it from their agents. So while you don't have to provide it, I recommend that you fill it out. It asks such crazy questions as, is there been a sinkhole on the property, or does your water sprinkler have an iron filter? Nobody knows if it has an iron filter or not. It takes 15 minutes to fill this out. You're better off filling it out, giving it ahead of time, and then it avoids a lot of these 24 or 72-hour issues where a buyer then has an ability to get out of a contract. So get your stuff done right away when you put it on the market. Get your documents ready, fill out this form, and sell your house. This is Jeff Lichtenstein. Thanks for watching JeffTV.